you never say I'm strong in myself. You never say that. That's very dangerous. You're never strong in yourself. You're only strong by Allah. No one is strong in themselves. And if they think they're strong in themselves, they'll break.
Yeah.
You're never strong in yourself. How can you be strong in it? What's yourself? Yourself is nothing. It's weak by definition. Allah created human beings weak. So if we think that we're strong in ourselves, we've already set ourselves up for failure. We never depend on ourselves, and we never think the strength comes from ourselves. The strength only comes from Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. What does that mean? We say these things, but we don't realize what they mean. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Like literally means nothing will ever change. There will be no change in state, and there will be no power or strength except by Allah. You know, when you say la is like
definite,
absolute negation. La means absolutely nothing. Like you can't say, well, there's a little strength in myself, and then some that comes from Allah, right? La hawla, meaning la hawla wa la quwwa. Like you're saying la again. You know, la hawla, there is no change in state. Wa la quwwa. You repeat. It's like, you know, it's very specific, and it's an emphasis on another la before quwwa. And there is no strength. Illa, and then illa is the exception. Like if you look at grammatically the statement, it's like negation again, and then exception. Break down the statement. You know, the statement's so powerful. This statement, the Prophet ﷺ said, is one of the treasures of Jannah. And it's also, he also says that this statement is a cure for 99 ailments. The least of them is stress. You can understand why. Because you're always going to be stressed if you depend on yourself. And you're always going to be stressed if you think you're the source of the strength and the power and the change. Look at it. It's subhanAllah. No change. You know, we think like, I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to fix it. I'm the savior, right? We have this mentality. I'm strong. I can handle it. That's absolutely wrong. And it sets you up for a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and in the end you break because you're only human. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Just that statement, you study it, you get the answer.
Wow.
And that is actually one of the most, I think, problematic parts of the whole self-help industry, is it's all about you got this. And that's actually wrong. And it puts so much stress on the human being that it actually harms the human being more. You know, I was listening to this podcast about the concept of whatever doesn't break you makes you stronger. And there's like a lot of this concept, right, put out there. And it's in our deen, by the way, right? What like the idea that you go through hardships and you come out stronger. This is a very Islamic concept. But this podcast was talking about how this concept has actually put so much pressure on people that it makes them worse. I was thinking about that, and I was like, why does that happen? And the answer is because they're depending on themselves. That's the reason. Because if I'm traumatized, if I have just come through, like how can a person who can barely get out of bed because of the trauma that I've been through, and now you're expecting me to come out stronger, like that's a lot of pressure, right? But you know what it is? It's because I'm depending on me. Like I can't heal myself. And if I put the pressure on myself to heal myself, and then not just survive, but then come out stronger
and to grow.
How can anyone hold that when you're already broken? And then now someone is expecting you to come out a superhero, you know, and you can't even get out of bed. That's too much pressure. And I can understand why that would end up making people worse. But that's the key problem. The key problem is who's healing you? Who's making you? What's your source of strength? Is it you? Is it you? Because if it's you, then
that's not going to work. No way. SubhanAllah.